Just imagine, what will happen if you get arrested 15 times at 15 years old? What will go through your mind if you had a daughter at 15 years old? Sounds scary, because it is. Basketball was my only hope. I bet you heard this sentence from multiple NBA players around the league. This sentence is so powerful and so sad at the same time. The NBA is filled with heroes who conquered unbelievable odds to achieve their dreams, but this story is unlike any other. A kid from Wisconsin, until his 18th year of his life, was all day on the playground. But not just to play ball, he will be there just to make a couple of dollars. And 25 years later, to all dream chasers, your plate of inspiration has now been served. Caron Butler began shooting guns at 9, dealing drugs at 11, bragging about his $10,000 stash and nice clothes at 13. Butler was arrested 15 times in his life, and if that's not enough, all these arrests came before his 15th birthday. Caron also had a daughter at age of 15, and the only way he can provide in that moment for her were the streets. Carlos Butler, Caron's uncle, was one of the biggest stars and talented players in Wisconsin. He was arrested on a drug charge. Of course, his nephew was watching him, and the blueprint for big money was there. Not longer after that, Caron found himself drawn and into the dangerous world of drug dealing, a world where survival meant making it to the next day. At age of 16, Caron Butler was sentenced to 1 year of prison for firearms and cocaine possessions. The turning point of his life, letting down his single mom, his grandma, and himself. I will never get locked up again. I'm never going to jail again. This was the first letter Caron sent to his mom and made a promise for himself. After he got out, the real meaning of the sentence, "Basketball is my only hope," started to kick in. He lost 15 pounds and started playing basketball and also making a huge impact in high school. I can't just imagine how joyful was that to his family. Even one of the gang investigators, who had Caron still under their radar, could not believe how good Caron was at basketball. This kid, who smuggled drugs and supposed to be locked for his entire life, was a basketball star. He got scholarship from Connecticut, and from the start, Caron was not a joke. Caron in his freshman year averaged 15.7.5 rebounds per game, and followed up with 20 points and 7.5 rebounds for his sophomore year, and then was named second-team All-American. Caron Butler declared himself for 2002 NBA draft, and interesting enough, all the teams that he had a workout with passed on him. But he had a conversation, only a conversation, not a workout, with one man.
With the 10th pick in the 2002 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Caron Butler.
We thought he was going to be picked around 5 or 6 or 4 in that area. I just remember just him being very thankful and excited that night.
Salty tears of joy was there as expected, but his competitors from the street and his life was there.
I went 10 in this draft, and I felt like I was one of the top few players in this draft, so I'm gonna make them pay for passing them.
Caron finished second for the Rookie of the Year, and from that point on his career was determined, and also Tough Juice was born. He was about playing hard and not giving up any time like he did in his whole life. Caron was an asset from Miami to trade for Shaq, who resulted them to win a championship. Later on, Tough Juice in 2011 was traded to Dallas Mavericks, when he became an NBA champion and became the ultimate inspiration for young kids that anything is possible. 2015, My Journey from the Streets to the NBA was released, the biography of Caron Butler, who took the basketball world on fire. He had an enormous support from a lot of people and wanted to share that story with as much people as possible. Do not forget how important is family, and you should never give up, even if life is swinging at you as hard as possible.
To put your heart and soul into everything, that nothing's going to be given to you.
So I'm inspired by all the things he had been able to overcome and to accomplish in the way he conducts himself. And it's nice to know that, if you want to go out there and really do the work, there's nothing you can't accomplish.